Hello, welcome to Rally Revival 2023. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bryn. I'm the mad person that comes up with these ideas that you all get involved in. And Rally Revival 2023 is a little different from what we've done previously. It's all about targa rallying and historic rallying in a timed format. And we thought we'd put this video together to explain a little about what the event is, because it's different to what we've done before. It's not a demonstration event as previously, and I know quite a few of you are disappointed, but watch this space. We've got something coming next year. Don't worry, we haven't left you out. But looking at March, what we've got planned is a 2-day event, and we want it to become a big event for the clubmen, something that they can aim at. Forest rallying's got so expensive now. Road rallying's brilliant in all its forms. And there are certain big events which we all know about in the road rally world, but we wanted to create a big targa and historic rally that was great for the clubmen to do and something to aim at year on year. And we've put together some superb venues, many of which have never ever been used on a rally before. Great little things that I'm sure you'll all enjoy. And of course, that special overnight halt in Moultown Centre with a podium, with commentary from the one and only Howard Davis, which proves to be something you'll never forget, I'm sure, if you've ever seen Howard do anything. But I'll explain the format a little bit about Rally Revival. It's a targa rally, as you've all done before. It's special tests. You all know how they work. An element of right and left of cones, stopper strides, and testing your driving skill a bit through various venues. Our venues are a mixture of farms, bit of forestry, some tarmac. There's all sorts going on. At the last count, we're now up to 16 tests across approximately 10 different venues, and I think it's up to 32 miles of tests. So it's going to be mega. I wish I was doing it myself, to be quite honest with you. The bit that I really want to explain, which a lot of people seem to be quite nervous about, is the concept of regularity. Now, if we're putting on a pure historic event, the way regularity works would be somewhat different to how we're going to do it on this. So what we thought we'd do, because it's a new thing in Wales for a lot of what I'll call modern crews for the purposes of this conversation, is we thought we'd make it quite straightforward and quite simple. So there's about 75 miles worth of regularity, but how we're going to do it is in a very straightforward format. So you'll be set speed, so let's say 30 mile an hour for argument's sake, and it'll be over a set mileage. So let's say 2 miles. So you'll be told to do 30 miles an hour for 2 miles, and then 25 mile an hour for the next 3 miles, which are nice sort of steady speeds in a set format that'll be very easy for you to work out. If you're doing a pure historic event, as several of our entrants are familiar with, I know, looking at the entries, you'd be seeing things like 27.5 mile an hour for 3.4 miles, and then you're going to have to really work at working out your average speeds. But we wanted to keep it simple. So as I say, your speed and your changes will be whole mile an hour on whole miles. So 30 mile an hour for 2 miles, 25 mile an hour for 3 miles, back to 30 mile an hour for 3 miles. Dead simple to do. Nothing at all to worry about. And just as an example, and going back a few years, and I'm not suggesting this is the way to do it, but our sound testing guy, Dave Forrester, and I had an MGB many moons ago. We did the Tour of Cheshire historic rally, which is full of all sorts of wild and wonderful speed changes, and we didn't have a working trip meter. So we used the car speedometer and a little bit of a finger in the air job, call it what you will, and we managed a 3rd in class. So it's absolutely doable just with your speedo and just using your noggin a little bit. So nothing to worry about. Don't get stressed that there's a bit of regularity. I'm aware that it's a long time in Wales since we've had regularity on a pure road rally, which this isn't, I might add. I think it's probably 2006 was the last time I saw it, maybe 2005. But it's nothing to worry about. So be dead straightforward. If you haven't got a trip meter, don't stress. You don't necessarily need one. You can have a great time without the trip meter. The other question lots of people have been asking is the navigation. Is it going to be really difficult? No, not going to be really difficult. Again, because it's a new format in Wales. What we didn't want to do was have loads and loads of people, excuse me, loads and loads of people getting lost, absolutely hating what they're doing. We want people to have fun. It's 2 days of fun. That's what you're coming along for. So the format of the route will be given to you. All the tests will be given in printed maps made by our friends at Motorsport Diagrams, Dave Ancient. I'm sure you're all familiar with them if you've done a fair few Targas this year. And indeed road rallies, actually branching out in the Kilwendig, Dave has. So that's all your tests, diagrams. You've seen them all before. Dead easy. Your regularity sections, excuse me, and your neutral sections will in the main be pre-plotted map references, excuse me, which for the Friday leg, you'll be given on the Friday morning. And for the Saturday leg, you'll be given on the Friday night. So loads of time to plot them. The only bit that some of you may not have done before is, excuse me, voice is going. We're going to use some tulip diagrams. Now, anyone that's done a forest rally, a tarmac stage rally on the public roads will have seen tulip diagrams before. They're dead easy. And the only reason we're going to use those twice on the event is we've got a couple of sections which are a bit PR sensitive, and we don't want people knowing about it before, people going out spectating, etc. and so on. You'll be given them in plenty of time. You'll be given instructions on how tulips work. They're really straightforward, honestly. Have a quick search on the internet, and I'll put some examples of what a tulip is up on the Facebook group, which most of you seem to be on now. Thank you ever so much. Excuse me. That's the only other type. There's no herringbones, spot heights, grid lines, little envelopes being thrust through the window at the last moment. There's none of that. You will not be required to start plotting on your map while you're going from a start control. None of it at all. Honestly, mark my words, it's dead easy. I don't like all that mind-bending stuff. I'm honest enough to admit it. But I'll give anything a go in that respect. But I've made this as straightforward as possible, so it's as enjoyable as possible. But we will get a result from it. Don't worry about that. It's not so easy that we won't get a result. But that explains the format. And the last question people have been asking us is, what cars can we use? And I think some of that confusion has arisen because in the past we've been a demo event, and anything goes really on a demo event within reason. This year, your cars will need to be Motorsport UK compliant to historic road rally regs or road rally / Targa regs, which are the same regs intrinsically. As long as your car complies to those Motorsport UK regulations, you're welcome to do the event. A lot of Category 1 historic cars actually do comply with minimal modifications. Usually when you look at a Category 1 historic car, it's putting an interior back in and getting rid of some of the stickers. That's generally the only difference. But long and short of it, as long as your car complies to Motorsport UK, historic road rally regs, or road rally Targa regs, you can do the event. You can do the event in a dead standard car. I would advise a sump guard and some decent tyres, but you can do the event in a completely standard car as well. And of course, being Motorsport UK compliant, we are running to a Motorsport UK permit. We're also round of the Association of North Western Car Clubs Historic and Targa Rally Championships. Thank you to Dave Thomas for allowing us to join them. So you will need a licence this time. Interclub licence, available from Motorsport UK, allows you to do a huge amount of events across the UK. And we went down that route, partly so we could be in a championship, but partly, excuse me, to save you having to buy club memberships on all these different events that only run close to club, or clubman permits it's called now. You can tell my age by using Closer Cup. I'll start calling our event National B in a minute, mark my words. But I hope that's been informative. If it's of use, what we'll do over the next couple of months on the run into the event is I'll do a few of these little videos with any of your questions, and it answers you all in one go then, doesn't it? So keep well. I'll try and do one more before Christmas. I won't wish you a Merry Christmas. That's a little bit soon, isn't it? Middle of November. And we'll speak soon. Okay? Good luck. Cheers. Bye.